Dear Diary, now that I had stolen Darmani's identity, it was time to break the law. Double parking, jaywalking, pirating music, you know, the hardcore shit. While Darmani's body was strong and powerful, he moved at a snail's pace with his little toothpick legs. A gentle reminder to all to never skip leg day. Moving around with him was pretty inconvenient, especially when I wanted to go fast. That is, until I discovered the Goron roll. Now that I was able to move around faster, the next step of ruining Darmani's reputation was pouring hot water on everything I saw, breaking the Goron chandelier, only to find a rock, steak, and punching snowballs. It was during one of these snowball punching sessions that I found the frozen Goron Elder. Or maybe it was a woolly mammoth, I'm not really sure. I freed him from his icy prison, and I got to see how grotesquely old he was up close and personal. It was pretty disgusting, and if he was the Goron's only hope to fight the Snowhead Demon, they all better decide which wingding characters they wanted on their tombstones, because this sad motherfucker was at death's door. Then I was forced to watch a shaky old man try several times to remember a lullaby for his son. It would have been heartbreaking, except I was on the verge of vomiting the whole time. Ugh, look at his nasty face. He's a nasty pinecone. The Elder was pretty stubborn and insisted on continuing his journey to Snowhead, so I went back to the Goron village without him, in my new hot hero body. I burst into the shrine to everyone's shock and surprise, and whipped out my drum set to shut that baby up once and for all. I started to tap the notes the Elder taught me, and the baby was like, "Oh fuck, I know that tune. Here, let me teach you the rest." And that's how I learned the Goron lullaby. Apparently, the baby knew it all along, but self-help is an alien term in the Goron village. The baby fell right to sleep, which was a disappointment. I really wanted to throw him over the cliff. The song also put every single Goron in the room to sleep as well. You're all hopeless! At this point, I felt I had caused enough ruckus in both the mountain and Goron village, and it was time to check out Snowhead. This time, I remembered to restart the cycle of days and slow time down. I only wanted to complete this temple once, thank you. Outside the temple, I ran into my first obstacle. A huge Goron spewing a cold wind across the snow bridge, stopping anything from getting close. What the fuck was this guy's problem? Why do you hate your own people? He left me no choice. I had to play the lullaby that caused him to fall asleep. And then he immediately fell off the cliff, presumably to his death. Oh well. Pretty sure that was the same fucktard who sold me a broken sword in the last game. Karma's a bitch. The ice temple would have been really neat if it wasn't complete bullshit. I absolutely hated it. Its central room required me to be precise with my Goron roll, and if I wasn't, I'd fall down to the bottom level and have to redo all my progress, which happened a lot.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away.
Plus, for some reason, it was just confusing. I had trouble understanding where I was supposed to go next. I got stuck a couple of times facing locked doors without keys, and had to intentionally backtrack. I was afraid I was going to run out of time again, like a fucking chump. Things got a bit easier after I fought a pig wizard. Diary, don't ask. And I acquired the fire arrow. At least I could melt huge blocks of ice, and it made several nice shortcuts. But then it came time to get the boss key, and I had to fight that fucking pig wizard again. Come on, that's just lazy. They couldn't come up with something unique. The snow lumps were cool, and while I hated fighting the white wolfos, they still would have been something different. But the one thing that really bothered me was the fire lizards. Why is there a fire lizard in the ice temple? That doesn't make any sense. In order to get into the big bossy room, I had to punch these giant ice blocks out of the pillar in the middle of the room. Okay, but why can't I just punch through locked doors then? I shouldn't even be fooling around with keys. If Darmani is that strong, I should be able to burst through walls, no problem. Inside the boss room, I found the boss, frozen in ice. Well, time to go home. This guy has already been taken care of. My work here is done. But life is never that easy for Link, and I had to melt his ice cage, setting him free. At first I thought he was your average giant mountain goat, but as the ice melted, I realized he had a man's face. Probably stole it. Everyone else seems to be stealing faces in this game. Oh, and he was also a robot goat, with a man's face. Diary, I had many issues with this temple, but I soon forgot them all when I started fighting the boss. It was incredibly fun. I got to pretend to be a monster truck and mow his ass down. Nothing could stop me. He eventually lost control and smashed into a wall, and the fight was over way too soon. I grabbed a goat's mask, and once again returned to the land of mystical things, and learned literally no new information about it. When I returned to the mountain village, spring had finally come, and the Gorons were no longer in danger of dying. Oh, what a delightful treat! I can't wait to see what awesome reward they bestow upon me. Until next time, Diary, your friend, Brittany Saturn.